Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, love to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechah HaKodash. Double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the Kazakh Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's the brother Layash from the church here in Cleveland, Ohio. I brought this out back with another edifying lesson. This lesson is going to be about the chariots, man. I was on TikTok. There's been a lot of UFO activity in my feed. I'll show the videos and then I'll go into the precinct.
Fuck that.
For those of you who don't know, St. Clair, one of the hoods in Cleveland, Ohio. And through the spirit, you can tell this video is not AR, it's not edited. These are chariots of the Lord. Vehicles of our salvation.
Hey man, what in the fuck is this shit? Right here on St. Clair, y'all. And them ain't no balloons. I got this shit. Them ain't no balloons. I got this shit. Hey dog, them ain't no balloons, dog. Shit.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's a big one.
Quote unquote weird sky activity.
Oh my god, that's a monster.
That's not. Oh, it's moving. It's moving.
It dipped under the clouds there. Did you see it?
Aye, and another one just.
Can't tell where it's coming from.
It's too low. That shadow.
Shadows on. Listen to that sound. It's still.
That's not. Oh.
So that's enough proof, but this is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 4. It says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter to the house of the thief. And we know the house of the thief is America. This place was founded on great robbery and murder. And Esau Edom, the thief, cometh to do what? To steal, kill, and destroy. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. It shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. As a matter of fact, I'll read up a verse. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So the chariots are a curse to the enemies of the Lord. This is another facet of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's army. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that swear shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. And in verse 4 again, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts. Hosts is armies, and it shall enter to the house of a thief, the thief. And that here is America. And we know that, pursuant to the scriptures, that there's going to be a lot of chariots, especially when the Lord's come back. Second Ezra 13:1, it says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that had moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. That man is Yahushai, and the thousands of heaven consist of the angels and chariots. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So these chariots in this particular chapter are going to come back in the midst of World War III, and the fathership, which Yahushua is going to come back on. Matter of fact, keep reading this. Verse 4 says, whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice. So this is a deep, dark saying describing how that concentrated fire is going to come out the chariot's mouth. Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So the opposing sides of World War III are going to link together and try to fight the heavenly host. They're going to try to fight the chariots, but they're going to ultimately fail. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. So again, a deep dark saying this is the fathership, the biggest chariot of them all. And this is how Yahweh Shah will be coming back. So when we see chariots, when we see prophecies come to pass, we get excited because we know these are signs of Yahweh Shah's return. Acts 1 and 6, and I'll read down. It says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Right, because when he was on the scene, they, heard about all the prophecies pertaining to him, like the children being born, the child being born in Bethlehem Ephratah, that Isaiah 11, Isaiah 53, all the things pertaining to Yahweh Shah. So when he was actually on the scene, they thought the kingdom was coming. Verse 7, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. And that links up with the Matthew, where no man knows the day nor the hour. But ye shall receive power. After that the Holy Spirit is come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and all in Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. So that did happen. He left and the Comforter came in his stead. And that's when they did miracles. But guess what? They all went to the spirit world at their appointed times, including John the Revelator, after he received those visions on the island of Patmos. And those spirits came back in a regeneration to teach, to break down the things that were written aforetime. Because at the time, they preached to the known world. But now this truth have reached the uttermost parts of the world via the internet. Verse 9, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So that cloud is code for chariot, a so-called UFO or UAP. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. Those 2 men were angels, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, so come in like manner as you have seen him go into heaven. So when we see chariots, we think of scriptures just like that and know that the Lord is going to come back in the same manner in which he left. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. And people are going to be delivered via the chariots. The time that this is referring to is Jacob's trouble, the peak of Jacob's trouble. When Esau's coming down with great wrath, that Sihip is being mandated, and that World War III that we talked about in 2 Ezra 13. That's when the Lord is going to come back with the host of heavens and deliver the elect from America and wreak havoc on both sides of World War III. One of my favorite precepts, Malachi 4:1, the point being in verse 2, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Right, that day is going to burn as an oven because all the thermonuclear destruction from the ICBM missiles and from the tempest, from the chariots. And all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. So stubble is the result of a flame. So all the proud, the chief proud being Esau, Edom, and all that do wickedly, everybody who is not allotted for salvation, you're going to be stubble. Here in America, just like Apostle Hall was talking about recently, it's not going to be any dead bodies. It's going to be a lot of ash. It's going to be dead bodies, in other places. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. So unto you that fear the name of the Lord, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, the Son of Righteousness, that Son, the S is capitalized. So that's how we know that's talking about Yahweh Shai. In addition to the precepts and the prophecies linking up, he's going to come with healing in his wings. When the Lord comes back, that's when the kingdom begins. So the scriptures talk about, him wiping away all tears and us having everlasting life when Yahweh Shai returns. And like it said in Acts, the kingdom being restored unto us. We're going to get those new bodies, and we get to watch America burn from a bird's eye view. And growing up as calves among the stars, we're going to be taken care of. We're going to have those new bodies to be in a youthful state forever. Have spiritual powers. And life will finally be good, forever. So these chariot sightings, they're ultimately faith boosted, because Yahweh Shah said the same way he left was that cloud, that chariot is the same way he's coming back. And we know that those chariots are vehicles of our salvation, while simultaneously being another facet of the Lord's army. So, the Wadi Abbasim Yashaf, give me a spirit through this lesson. Till next time, Shalom.